everyone, welcome to another Linfield Coaches CatChat. Joe Stuart out here at Roy Helzer Field with head Linfield baseball coach Dan Spencer. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
And hard not to be doing great because we're just a few days away from baseball here in McMinnville, as we got a couple D2 GNAC schools coming down this weekend. Going to be some good competition. But let's get into last season a little bit.
Okay.
Obviously, 2 years ago, you guys come from 8th place to win the regular season conference title and take Pacific as far as you could go in the Northwest Conference tournament.
Right.
And then last place, of course, unfortunately, sliding back in obviously a very competitive league, but sliding back into that bottom third. I'm sure what everybody really wants to know is how do you get back into the top mix of the NWC this year?
Well, and I think a little bit, and we won't touch too much on last year other than the fact that, we didn't perform. We had some guys not perform, and all of us not to perform to expectations. And then we had the two big injuries on the pitching staff that affected things, things that are beyond your control. You lose your lead starter and you lose your key guy in the pen, and they don't pitch. They throw an inning in conference, and it's hard to. That's hard to recover from, but we needed to learn from it. We need to make sure we learn from it, all of us, coaches included, myself included, and players, and find a way to get better. And I think really that comes down to recruiting. So we have better. We have a deeper roster this year. We have a deeper roster. We're better positionally. The guys that had good, solid years for us last year are back for the most part offensively. The pitching staff has a chance to be, in my feeling, will be good. If it's a little better than good, then we're going to be really good. So I like everything about it. Obviously, I like the new additions to the coaching staff. Coach Wells brings a ton of energy and experience. Obviously, had a relationship with him at Oregon State when he was playing there. Same with Terp. What Terp has done for me is huge with the combination of him kind of running that pitching staff and Coach Carl Johnson in the bullpen. We just got Larry back off the DL, Coach Carlson, so that's a good thing. Coach Harlow's a mainstay and done a great job. But what Terp's done is really let me do more things. When it's just when you're coaching the pitchers, it's an everyday deal. It's an everyday. You're like the guy running the 7-Eleven. It's 24/7.
Sure.
It's all day. It's figuring out their plan for the week. It's the whole deal. And so he handles all that now, and he handles all the day-to-day, and he handles all the questions about, Coach, when am I going to get to pitch, and Coach, when am I throwing my pen, and Coach, when all that stuff. So being able to do some other things has been great for me, and I like the direction we're going.
You mentioned a lot of newcomers, plenty of solid guys coming back too. A lot of newcomers, brought some freshmen in that seem to expect to make an impact early, as well as plenty of transfers. Clearly, you're not afraid of the portal. Talk about how this could potentially be a strength for going into this year and potentially forward, getting those transfers in here to make an instant impact.
Well, I think the thing that we have been since I've been here is young, because we were trying to rebuild some things, do some things, and we've been young, and and that's been an issue, and it's been an issue in our conference, but not just our conference, but college baseball. The clubs that are older, the clubs that have had the most success. Which there's a big difference between a guy that's 18 years old and a guy that's 22 or 23 years old, and so being able to get Elijah Maris to come over from Corbin when they had a coaching change is huge. The 2 junior college kids from Lower Columbia having some experience, having an NWAC championship under their belt, those things are huge. And then having guys like Jake Hoskins, who's back, huge. Nick Holm, Danny Kahn, Marr and Joner. Just those things are huge, and the young outfielders with Ringer and Wainfeld. So we've become older. We had a freshman, in the past we've had freshmen that are in the lineup every day and getting their deal, and we had a freshman starter, and he's going to be a stud. Jake Swenson's got a chance to be a superstar. And we had one freshman get an at bat last weekend.
Just one, right? Yeah.
And at bat. So, we're older. We're more developed. We're more physical. We're more, just ready to play college baseball, I think.
Do you think that'll help lead to maybe an offensive uptick? Obviously, the strength the last couple of years has been the pitching and the defense, but still got to get runs on the board.
Yes. No, I do think we'll be much better offensively this year, much better offensively. We just need to understand, and we talked to our guys about this yesterday and on the trip in California, we still have to defend at the rate that we're accustomed to. And, we need to be the best defensive team in the conference. We've been in that, conversation the last couple of years. And we need to pitch. We're going to pitch. And the numbers are not great from the last weekend, but we pitched better than the numbers. Because we put ourselves in some positions defensively, we put our pitchers in some bad spots, and we made them throw some extra pitches, and we didn't get them off the field when we could have at times. And so we'll be better this weekend. I have no doubt about that defensively. But the fact that we can score 3 or 4 runs in an inning is huge, because you could count on one hand how many times that happened last year.
Sure, yeah. So the trip down to Southern California this last weekend, unfortunately swept by Pomona-Pittsburgh, but all 3 of those games competitive.
Right.
What are your biggest positive takeaways from the series?
Well, I think the offense. Offensively, we were very solid, and we have some combinations. We have some power. We do have some speed. We have some left and right. Kessler, who's a junior, he's in the outfield after a position change. He was he had a good series. It doesn't, again, the balls he hit hard, doesn't always show up in hits, but he drove in some runs and he did some things. And, we just like our whole, with the understanding that we have to continue to get better. We have to get better and again and work on and clean up some small things. The other thing is just the depth. We're going to have depth on the mound. We're going to have depth. We have experience. Again, we had one freshman throw. We're going to have another freshman, Declan Francis, who's going to be a big part of what we're doing. He's going to be in the middle of that somewhere. So we feel like there's, whenever you go anywhere, there's no and get beat. There's no moral victories, but being early in the season, you can come back and you're gonna work on the things you didn't do well, and those are the things you're gonna address with the understanding of the way it went. There was a lot of good things. Those are 3 winnable games, and we just need to be a little bit better.
So diving into the pitching a little bit, felt like at times it was very solid. At other times last year, it could be a little bit up and down. Bullpen, for the most part, pretty consistent. This year, as we look at this starting rotation, has it come to take shape for you? And do you think this is a year where you can start having guys throw 5, 6, 7 innings and really get deep into games and be able to stretch that bullpen out through a series?
Yes, I do. 7 innings, let's hope. I'm thinking that for sure that we're going to be in a position where our starters are going to give us 5 and 6 solid innings pretty regularly. I like all 3 of those guys, Orem, Swenson, and Struck. And I think that all 3 of them are going to be able to guys that can get you through 6 into the 6th. Hopefully we'll see some of that this weekend. And then obviously that does allow you to maximize your bullpen. And we like our bullpen. We like the guys we have down there. Obviously Alder was great this last weekend and been good all fall or this early spring. Ludlow's back. Over and Coons are in the pen. That helps. Older left-handers. So we're very excited about what's going on down there.
So you're starting this weekend at home with Central Washington and St. Mary's coming in, St. Martin's, excuse me.
Yeah.
And with these programs coming in, obviously D2 teams going to present a good challenge. What are you going to be hoping to see out of your guys here on their home field for the first time this year?
2 things. 1, I want to see us defend our home field. 2, I just want to see us, get a little bit better just from, being a week deeper into the season and having played once. So I think that those 2 clubs that we're playing we're fired up that they're coming here to play at our place. The other side of it is it really shouldn't matter to us who we're playing. It's really more about how we take care of our business and what do we do. And those are the things, what can we control and not worry about the things we can't control. So we're excited to get to play at home. We need to do a good job at home and get going because we're at home for the next 3 weekends. So that's kind of nice. And, we're looking to create some momentum.
That's right, 14 straight at home for the Wildcats coming up. Plenty of chances to catch your Linfield baseball squad here in McMinnville or, of course, on the Linfield Sports Network. Conference play is just a couple weeks away as the reigning champs Boxers will be coming into town. But starting this weekend, again, against those 2 GNAC schools, we'll have 2 doubleheaders for you, Saturday and Sunday, both starting at noon right here at Roy Helzer Field or live on the Linfield Sports Network. Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck this season.
Thank you.